Morning. Today is the 12th day of Av on the Jewish calendar. We're past Tisha B'Av. We're in a happy part of the month, and before we turn around, we're in the catchment area of the high holidays of Rosh Hashanah, going into the month of Elul in just a few weeks. This week's Torah portion is called Akev. Akev is a Hebrew word which is used in the context of the verse in the Torah. The Torah portion begins with Moses telling the Jewish people, again this is a few weeks before he passes away, and he's giving them guidance for the future. He knows they're going to be crossing over into the Promised Land as he passes away and is buried in the desert. And it's very poignant, personal language. And the first verse is, things will happen because you do the right thing, when you follow God's way, Torah, mitzvahs. And Akev in this context means because. Now, Akev normally show the word to an Israeli. The word means a heel, and certainly used that way in Torah. And Rashi, a primary commentary, that notes from the Talmud, they find a homiletic interpretation in this verse about what it means to have, for us, for meaningful behavior aligned with what God wants. Torah mitzvahs, do Torah mitzvahs. It's a broad, do good. It's a broad directive and a broad goal. And what's Moses saying? Can we pinpoint something we should be working on? And he says, using the word heel, he said, look at the things that people step on, which means that we walk through a past, or we walk over without really even noticing it. Something's valuable, you don't walk on it. Something that you don't think is valuable, you may just keep on moving and not bother to step to the side. So what are the things that people walk on? And the idea is that there are certain values or certain practices that we may know intellectually, if we're going to talk about it, there's a right and a wrong. But because there's habit, an accepted practice within our lives, our family lives, our inner circle, and or societally, where no one really cares about that. Yes, in principle, it should be done this way, or in principle, it shouldn't be done that way, but we're okay with it. That, according to this insight of the verse, is what Moshe is saying. Think about the things that you're okay with not doing the right thing, because societally it's accepted. Think about the things people walk over. There could be things that we know in principle, maybe in a manner of speaking to family and friends, where it's not really the right way to do it, but it's accepted. So we accept it, and we inure ourselves. We immunize ourselves. We lose our sensitivity because this is what's done. And Moshe is saying, if you really care about it, if you really care about doing the right thing, think about the right thing. And if you become desensitized because of society or family norms, resensitize yourself. And maybe you'll be able to resensitize others. So think about it, whether it comes to practical mitzvahs, ritual mitzvahs, or in the ways, things we do, that in the principle, we know they really shouldn't be, or they really should be otherwise, and we're just used to the rhythm. This week specifically is a time to think about it. It's a 365-day-a-year valuable exercise, but what Moshe says to the Jews as they go across into Israel is, I know you all want to do the right thing, and in principle you're going to do the right thing, but human beings are human beings, and sometimes we get used to and accept as a norm not doing so much of the right thing in one area or another. Just pay attention. Pay attention to what people tend to walk on, and maybe you stop and pick it up. Give it its proper value. Wish you a great day and a wonderful week ahead with good news.